Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to download ideal drainage maps directly onto your tablet. So I'm holding my tablet here, and you can see the screen behind me here. So there are a couple of things that you need to do here to make it work. So watch carefully what I do, and you should be able to do this yourself. So I'm logged in right now. I've got access to my Saskatchewan maps, and I'm just going to zoom in to a random location. So this will be you actually locating your fields. And when you find a location, the first thing you need to do is just to double check where it is in terms of the data region. So just tap somewhere on it and it'll pop up. So in this case, I need to find Coonora-Pelly. And then we're going to open the tools. So they start minimized on mobile view. And the one you're going to use is the query tool. Okay, so I'm just going to click on query tool. Now the important thing here is that you need to select from the list of regions here. So remember we just looked up that that was Coonora-Pelly, so I'm going to choose that one. It seems to highlight the background just when we're in this tool. There's not much we can do about that, but it's not a big problem. Once you've done that, then we're going to use the selection tool. You can see there I just selected it here. And with your finger, you just need to tap on 4 locations around the field and then finish up by tapping again on the very first point that you dropped. So it'll look something like that. Just make sure you go a little bit outside the field or the section just to make sure that you include everything that you want. Then you're going to hit next, and you're going to make sure that the sections that you want have actually been highlighted. You can see here this one right here actually hasn't been highlighted, so I needed to draw a slightly bigger boundary. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to hit reset, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit more, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to make my box just a little bit bigger this time. And you can see now that that everything inside that section that I wanted has been highlighted in red, so we're good to go. And then I'm going to click on the KML option here to actually download the KML file to my tablet. So you can see here now it says it's downloaded. But what tends to happen when you do this directly on the tablet is Android does something funny to the file. So what you'll need to do is find a file manager application. So mine here, you can see this little folder icon here. If you've got something like that, they should come with something. You may just have to go and look on your app's main page just to look for something like that. But I'm going to open up my file manager, and I'm going to go to downloads, because that's most likely where that went. And you can see here, there's that file. It says Coonora-Pelly. But what you can see here is it says .kml, and then it's also got a .xml after it. So that's something I don't know why Android does it, but it does. So what you need to do is just hold your finger down on that one for a couple of seconds just to select it like that. And then at the bottom of the screen, in this case, it's actually in my More button. I've got an option to rename it. So you just need to hit rename. And what you need to do, and your file manager may be slightly different to this, but we need to remove that .xml from the end of the file name. So the file name needs to end in .kml, otherwise DitchAssist won't recognize it. So I'm just going to hit rename. It's asking me if I want to make that change. I'm going to say yes, change. And you should see now that the file that you just downloaded, it now ends in .kml. If you want to rename it to actually your field name, you could do that as well. As long as it ends in .kml, it doesn't matter what it's called here. Just don't use any special characters. Try not to have any spaces in the name. But just make sure it ends in .kml. And now what we should be able to do is we're going to go and open up DitchAssist. And to load, anytime you want to load these KML files, you're just going to click on Manage Layers at the top of the map. You're going to choose Add, you're going to choose KML File, and if it doesn't already, then just navigate to your Downloads folder, because that's probably where everything's going to be. In my Downloads folder, you can see here's this latest file here called Coonora-Pelly. I could have renamed that to be the field name. once it shows in the list here, just either tap on the screen somewhere away from that black box, or you can just hit the back button on your tablet. And what it should do then is actually add that as an overlay to the screen. And you can see that's the data that we just downloaded. If you use 2 fingers on the map and drag, you can actually sort of change the orientation, rotate the map a little bit as well. You can zoom in. When you're out in the field, if you use the option to follow GNSS, it'll actually rotate and pan the map with you as you're working as well. So some people prefer to do it different ways. That's up to you. But that's how you're going to be able to download directly onto your tablet. You'll just probably, if it adds that .xml to the file name like it did for me, you'll just need to use a file manager to go and change the name. If you're having issues with that and you can't figure it out, the easiest way to do it is actually just to do this all on your computer, download the KML file and then email it to yourself, and then open the email, download the email onto your tablet and do it that way. And I will make another video showing how to do that as well, so check that one out if you need.